Thanks for tuning back into the channel. We're going to keep this Milwaukee hot streak going with another one of my favorite M12 tools. This is the Milwaukee installation driver. I love breaking this thing out when I'm doing those longer, larger jobs. We're putting together multiple lighting fixtures, doing multiple receptacle switches, that whole deal, taking cover plates on and off, HVAC equipment, that kind of thing. Lighter duty installation, not for terminating receptacles, but for sending those 832s and those 632s in. That's why I really like this thing, when you don't need the impact. My M12 impact, don't get me wrong, is my everyday carry. That thing always is on me. It's always in the truck. But I like breaking this out for those kind of monotonous jobs where you're doing a lot of, lighter duty, tedious things. Yeah, so let's get right into it. It's pretty straightforward. It's got the forward and reverse button up top here with your variable speed all up here. Like I said, it's lighter duty, so it's not going to be cranking down. You're not going to be putting in T25s and Starbit type fasteners with this thing, but you're going to definitely have no problem putting together light fixtures and stuff like that. I like it a lot too for taking apart HVAC equipment where you don't want to strip screws out. So obviously the key thing about this thing, the kind of the takeaway on it, is being able to change the chuck on the drill. So it comes off pretty easily. You can see it's basically just, there you go. Putting it on is a little bit more difficult. I shouldn't say difficult, but you got to kind of get it on there good. So that right there, the right angle, that's the huge one for me. And you can also adjust the angle so it doesn't, so it can kind of, you can get a little bit of an offset going. But that for sure has gotten me out of a lot of jams. Getting down, most recently, what I've had to do is put a spade bit on that. Pretend this is a spade bit right here, and get that down into through a top plate to try to fish down a wall. In tight spaces, it's great for mechanical stuff. We've all been there with, heat pumps or any kind of HVAC stuff in ceilings where you got real limited space. There's all kinds of pipe and stuff in that ceiling. This thing comes in handy for getting those little screws back in or out or whatever, or getting your hangers up. This is the key takeaway from me on this tool, is that right angle. The offset, I haven't really used this a whole lot. I can see where this can come in handy a lot for woodworking. You see a lot of cabinet guys will use that, but it's definitely nice to have just in case. But it comes kitted with all these different chucks, and then you got the 3/8 drive right here. You're not going to get any big hole saws on there. You're not going to get any bigger bits, but like I said, you're doing a lot of lighter duty work with this anyway, so you're not going to need that. But yes, this thing, it's great to have in the truck. It's great for tight spaces. It's great for, I've gotten a good size 3/4 spade bit through a top plate with this thing, no problem. So it does have a little bit of beef to it, but it's not going to be, you're not going to be using it to put holes in studs for running wire. So like I said, it comes kitted with all these different chucks, 2.0 battery, charger, classic soft case. And then here are the bits that I like to keep with the kit. So I'll throw that up there. That stays right in the case with everything. Just kind of everything you need for all those various jobs. And then this right here. So all this stuff just kind of stays with the kit. I kind of like to keep these nice and clean because, like I said, I'm doing a lot of finish work with this stuff. So these bits stay pretty much with this kit, nice and neat for those fixtures that you don't want to get all mucked up with your dirty old impact bits that you use to rough in the job. But yeah, I highly recommend this thing. I wanted it for a while. There's nothing new about this. Isn't new. This has been around for a while, but highly recommend. You got the magnet on top. I don't really use that much, but it's nice to have. And it stands up nice. Obviously, you can use it with any kind of M12 battery. If you need a little bit more power or longer runtime, you can put a bigger battery on it. But this thing is awesome. So yeah, thanks for tuning in the channel. Let me know if you've used this, what you think about any other questions. I think you got like 300 inch-pounds of torque, 1600 RPMs. I wanted 12 or 1600 RPMs. I'm not going to get too crazy into the specifications on this thing. Just a nice up-close look at it. receptacles, lighting fixtures, occasionally putting a hole in a stud in an awkward spot in a ceiling. But other than that, it stays in the truck. It stays nice and clean. It's my nice finish job, finish work tool. Thanks for tuning in the channel. Drop a comment.